I'm going to embarrass and humiliate both Charlotte and Becky on the grandest stage of them all.
I am going to break your mystique. I am going to take your title.
What does being in the main event of WrestleMania mean to you?
I came in there my first year, my first match, last year's WrestleMania, stole the whole show, and I knew in that moment that I could headline WrestleMania.
I am about to main event WrestleMania in front of 80,000 people.
It's about building my own legacy because I have big shoes to fill.
It is the most incredible, humbling feeling in the entire world because on one end, what happens after you achieve all your life goals? I have to come up with some new ones. And I feel like even the fact, everything about this just feels so synchronistic and so meant to be. And even the fact that New York was the first state that I ever came to when I came to America when I was like 7 years old, and just, yeah, very grateful that this girl that was failing PE at 15 years old has somehow become the best sports entertainer in the world. So much so that they couldn't deny her the main event of WrestleMania.
It's almost hard to believe that I went from debuting last year to the main event this year, but I mean, I'm not surprised anymore by anything, and I've learned to stop doubting my own ability to be great and stop feeling guilty for my own confidence and just stopped getting in my own way from achieving great things. And nothing is too ridiculous. No goal is too high or lofty. And that's not just for me, that's for anybody.
Growing up, watching Trish and Lita and Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler, I just didn't see myself in that light. I thought, yeah, I could do all those moves because I grew up playing sports. I was a gymnast, played Division I volleyball at Appalachian State, but I didn't see myself as a diva or a model. And I said, I don't know, but then I go, you know what, maybe I will do this, and I can help my brother get on the right path. So here I am 7 years later. Long story short, my little brother, who realized this was a dream of mine and who opened the doors for me and to realize that I could believe in myself. Here I am 7 years later, main eventing WrestleMania. My little brother never saw me wrestle. So I am continuing a legacy while building my own. And so main eventing WrestleMania means so many things to me. It's about family, and we're gonna prove to the world that in a male-dominated industry that we're all equal now, and that is the most important message.
How does it feel to know that you're sort of making an impact that will help inspire future generations, serving as a role model, both as people aspiring to do the sort of things that you're doing in WWE and outside?
I take so much pride in knowing that I can be a role model for little boys, little girls, and men and women in other industries. Like men and women in other industries that have these creative dreams that it's, you know what, just because someone else doesn't believe in you or believe that they can do it, doesn't mean that you can't. And I hope that's really what my message is. It's, no, if something sounds scary, say it, because that's usually when things like this happen, is because they are scary. And it's the ones who are willing to fall and fall and fall and fall that get to where they want to be.
My mother grew up in the Title IX era, and she wasn't allowed to do sports at all. And it was just because of luck that she was allowed to do judo because her coach had a sister that needed someone to train with. And my mom worked her ass off every single day to make sure that me and my sisters had to deal with less bullshit than she did. And you know what? I inherited a big pile of bullshit, but it was less than what she had. I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that my daughters inherit a much smaller pile of bullshit than I did. And you know what? We're just gonna keep that going forever and ever and ever and ever. until we can actually reach that point where we have equal respect and equality. But you know, people forget how recently things were different. People forget how recently I was laughed out of every gym that I walked into and no one took me seriously. People forget how difficult it was to get anybody to cover women's MMA at all or take women seriously in any kind of combat sport. And it's so encouraging how far we've come, but I'm still pissed off for greatness.
It gives people confidence and gives people bravery to know that they can achieve the unthinkable. Because believe this was at one stage unthinkable, and to think about it being unthinkable right now is unthinkable, because of course we're gonna be the main event of WrestleMania. Of course I'm gonna be the main event of WrestleMania. Of course. But I think that goes with anybody who wants to achieve anything. Like, if you really just, you obsess about it and you be about it and you work for it, like you work for it, gosh, just anything's possible. Anything.